Okay. So, so today we will discuss about the licensing, SAP licensing part, SAP licensing. So SAP is not the free of the softwares, is not free of the softwares, and also so it's required some amount, some payment we have to do for the licensing part. Depends upon the users, how many users we have in the system. Also, number of CPU cores. So based upon these two parameters, we have to send we have to do the some payment licensing to the SAP, right? Here, whenever you do the SAP installation, by default, you will get the 90 days license. 90 days license. Whenever you do the default installation, you will get the default install in 90 days temporary license. It will be installed in your SAP system. But within this 90 days period, you can use your system. But later, system will be, once the license is over, the system will be locked from the operations. You mean you cannot log into the SAP systems. You cannot log into the SAP systems. So later, you cannot log into the SAP systems. So that's the thing we need to take a note on this one. So temporary license, 90 days. After that, the system will be locked from the operation. Within this 90 days, we need to get the license, permanent license from the SAP in the SAP marketplace. Then we have to apply the license. We have to apply the permanent license. Okay. So this is the thing we have to take care. This is the thing we need to ensure while applying the license. So which transaction code we have to apply the license? Yes, license is the T code. Here we have to apply the license. So if you want, you can log into the systems. Oh, how many systems are active still? Even these many systems are running, even though our system, our server is live means, I'm wondering. Whatever. Okay. So if you go to the S license transaction code, so here we can apply the license here. So license we can apply it based upon the hardware key will be generated by the SAP automatically. So then we can apply the license here. So this license is the temp license. So there are the two types of licenses. One is the standard licenses and also one is the maintenance licenses. So this two will be applied, standard and maintenance license. So standard and maintenance license. So maintenance means whenever maintenance means, suppose any maintenance activities you have to perform, this maintenance license every 3 months you have to renewal it. Every 3 months you have to renewal it. So standard license is valid up to 12/31/999, which means so end of the unlimited, right? This is the limitation 12/31/999. This is the end of the year. So once you apply the standard license, it is valid up to 12/31/999 means on end of the world. So and although maintenance license is every 3 months it will be expired. So there is no issues with the maintenance license expired. So users can still log in and they will work it out. But maintenance license is mainly for the maintenance activities, upgrades, right? Spam, paint upgrades. So that time, so you need the maintenance license, you have to apply it. So other than that, so if the maintenance license is expired, but standard license is still there, means still users can log in and they can do the transactions. They can do the transactions and the business data, we can store it, everything we can do in the SAP systems. So that's the main thing here. That is the main thing here in the SAP licensing part. It's a small topic, but you need to remember is the here standard and maintenance licenses. So 90 days will be installed both. Both licenses will be the 90 days. So in the S license transaction code, we can install the this SAP licensing part. Where we have to request means in the service marketplace. If you go to the service marketplace, it has user ID. From there, we will get the this license. We need to request this license. But as of now, this is valid. But once this limit is over, once this month is over, maybe 3 months, right? So I think recently only, I think we have the 7/11 only we have installed this one. So that is the reason. So this will be so expired. This will be expired, right? 7, 8. So 9, 10, 11. So 3 months. So 3 months it is valid, which means 90 days this is valid. So after that, this will be expired. Once this temporary license is over, then we cannot log into the systems. That is the main thing here. We cannot log into the systems. So that is the so one thing we need to remember when applying the license. How to apply means, so you can go see here. There is a install option, right? In the go to the S license, there is a install option. Click on the install license. Then it will ask the text file which we will get from the SAP text file, right? Just double click the text file. Then the license will be installed here. The license will be installed here. The license will be installed here. So that is the way we have to apply the license in our systems, right? Just remember the S license transaction code. So the SAP license, so SAP license is valid, temporary, 90 days, permanent is the permanent, unlimited. So while applying the license, there are two types of licenses will be applied, standard and the maintenance. So standard should be the important here. If it is expired, users cannot log in. Maintenance is the, so it's like, it's not much like that, but maintenance license. So if it is expired, so then nothing will happen. So only maintenance activity. Whenever you are doing the maintenance activities, that time you need the maintenance activities, you have to apply it. That is about the SAP. So SAP thing here. Okay. So just these two things you can remember. So where we have to request means from SAP service marketplace with login with the S user ID. There you need to go ahead and go ahead and generate the keys for your SAP systems, right? SAP systems. How whatever the SAP systems you have, go ahead and generate the SAP systems here. Okay. So then how to do that one means, so let me show you here. You can see here. So log into the service marketplace. Visit service marketplace. Then here you have the request and keys here. So when you click on the request and keys, so it will go to the sapme.sap.com. See here. Here we will see the keys, license keys here. So in the license keys, just click on the license keys option. In the license keys option, you will see the list of systems which are valid, which are there for your customer. So that list of systems, just select that one, then download the license option, download the license for that customer. Okay. So let's see here how many systems we will get from here. How many systems we will get from here. So you can see here list of systems we will get. Okay. Let me pause the recording and everything to show the. So that is about the license keys, license apply. It's very simple. So go to the license the transaction code you should know. Then we can apply it from the transaction code. That is the license, right? So then notes implementation. So note implementation, we'll discuss about the note implementation. So what is this note implementations? Using the Snote transaction code, we can apply the notes in our SAP systems. Why we have to apply the notes? So on regularly we see some errors, some dumps, some syntax errors, all these things in our systems, right? Regularly we see all these things in our systems, right? So if something goes wrong, so some issues, one error, we should apply the, so suppose one error, we have to take care of the all those things means, so that time we have to carefully apply the notes. So one error, we have to apply the some bug fixes, some code corrections, some patch, some corrections. That time we have to apply the note in the So your systems. Suppose in your regularly you are using your system. So sometimes that you may get the some above dumps, runtime dumps in the ST22 transaction code, right? You see some programs will not work, something will not work here, right? You can see some uncaught exceptions. What is this uncaught exceptions? Some user ID no check, something like this is we can fix it out. This we can fix it out. When you are searching in the browser, so suppose you don't know how to check this one, maybe you can review it, what you can do, what can I do, so how to correct the error and all these things here, right? Check here. So check the solutions in the SAP node system. If you have access to the SAP node, there is a keywords, right? Maybe we'll check this one. While checking this one, so you will come to know, so what are the errors you have and all these things you will check, right? If you check in the system, so you will come to know what are the errors, and related notes you may get from the systems, right? Let me copy it here. Note is kind of the bug fixes, corrections. So these nodes. So how many types of nodes we have in the marketplace? How many types of nodes in the marketplace here? Here total, if I talk about the theoretically, the nodes are total 3 types of nodes are there in the SAP. Total 3 types of nodes are there in the SAP systems. So why we have to apply the node means, so corrections, bug fixes, timeouts. So any issues in the system, SAP will release the some corrections as a note. In that note, we have to apply it. So one is the manual note. Manual notes. Manual note means the corrections are made by the, so as per the SAP, as per SAP will make the some corrections. So SAP consultants. So why? Because whenever any issues comes, we may contact them. So they will release the notes on. So that notes we have to apply. So we have to those notes we have to apply them. So there is some steps, some notes. There is some steps to be followed. So some correction codes. So there are some instructions. So those notes we have to apply in our systems. Those are called the manual notes. So they will mention the some steps in that note. Go to step number 1, go to step number 2, fix this one, fix that one. Like that, they will mention the some steps in your thing. So that we have to apply that note. That is called the manual notes. The second one is called the corrective notes. Corrective note. Corrective note means, so it's a automatic note, which means in that note there is some code corrections, some bug corrections are there. That note, if you apply in the systems, you don't need to follow any steps. Just apply the note in the system, then your issue will be fixed, right? So third one is the informative notes. Informative notes. So informative note means, let me write it here. Informative notes. So informative note means about the new features, functionalities of the components. All these informations will be just information. It will give the information, but here we will not apply in our system, just information. So normally when we go to the SAP marketplace, we will give some information notes. So corrective notes and manual notes, which we have to apply it. Corrective notes directly we can apply in our systems to fix the issue. Manual notes, some steps will be mentioned by the consultants, SAP, what steps we need to be followed. Those steps we have to apply in our systems. These are the types of notes. So where we have to apply these notes here in our SAP systems, where we have to apply these notes. So go to the, suppose you are searching the one error here. When you are searching one error, you see there is a one note is mentioned here. See one article they have mentioned here. Same error when you are doing in the user creation, you see that some dumps, right? We got the similar dumps in the systems. So what is this error? So just to go to the system, you can see the dump. This is the dump here. So this is the dump occurred. So when you are creating symptoms like when you are creating the user button, you are getting this type of dumps. So what is this about exactly? So like that, if you see, they will mention the one corrections here. You can see they have mentioned the one note number here. So error in the note creation. So this is released for the customers here, right? So what is this error? If you face this type of error, so how to reproduce? When you click on this button, you will get this one. So what is this one? Which means the resolution is what? This is the what node? This is the this is the what is this node? This is the manual node, which means we have to follow the steps. They asked us to follow these steps, right? A resolution, which means if you check the default company address in the inconsistency, so then go to the step number 2, go to the SE38 to run the program. They asked us to run this program. Then SE38, go to our systems, right? Go to our systems. Suppose we are getting this dump now, right? So we are getting this dump. Let's see whether I am also getting this dump or not. Today now we will say, see here. Okay, I'm going to create the one user in the systems, right? One user in the systems. I'm going to create one user in the systems, right? So when I'm going to create it, I think it's getting created.
No, the company is talking about to create the user, not copy the user.
Yeah, but creation also, copy also we will make it, right? So I don't think it's a creation or copy also same SE01, right? So same thing. Let me see here. Why? Because we are creating. So why? Because the company came here, the company address. So let me check here. We got it right. I think this one got fixed. I think this one got fixed. I think. So if this error still coming, go to the SE38 is the transaction code. Then go to the program, the whatever the SAP is mentioned. So then go to the SAP program, SE38 or SE38. Then execute it. Right? Then execute it. Just click on the execute button, so that whatever the some inconsistencies are there, so that will be deleted here. That will be deleted here. I think one user has some inconsistency, that will be deleted. Then go back and see, so what happened exactly. So these two users having some, so without address, so that is got been updated, the address has been updated. So this is the way we can fix it. So I fixed it actually previously minute systems. So that is the reason we have. So this is the information node, which means the consultant has made some steps to fix the issues, right? So this is the informative notes. This is the this is the informative notes. They have the this is the manual notes. So it contains the some manual instructions and everything to follow it. So that is why it's a manual note. So some notes are not the manual notes. Some notes are, so we have to apply that note in our systems. We have to apply that note in our system so that that issue will be fixed. So what are those notes? Suppose if you see, suppose we'll see the some more errors in the system. Go to the S note. How to apply means go to the S note transaction code. In the S note transaction code, so we have to apply the notes. The first of all, the recently there is a SAP backbone configuration, which means we need to register our SAP system. We need to register SAP backbone configuration. Backbone configuration must be performed in our SAP systems, right? So the system must be registered in SAP side. SAP side, the router, we have to register our SAP site. Then only the notes we can download automatically. The notes we can go to the S note, we can download it. So there is a one more option. We can also manually download the notes by using, so S note, there is a download option. If the backbone is not working, then we can go to the S note transaction code. In the S note transaction code, we can apply the notes. In the S note not transaction code, we can apply the notes in the S note transaction code. So go to the S note transaction code. Here, go to download the notes. Then we can apply the note. So here we can download will not work for us. Why? Because ours are the just training system. It's not registered in the SAP. So here what we have to do, we have to go to upload the notes here. So when you are trying to upload it here it will ask the, so what is the note which you downloaded here? What is the note which you downloaded? So we have to download the some notes from marketplace here. We have to download the some notes here where these notes are available. Let me see whether I have any notes are available in my system. Yes, we have some notes are available here. Let's see these notes, any one of the notes can be applied or not, right? So let me go to the here. So manually we need to get that nodes. Why? Because I think there is no free space here. Don't know what has been done here. Many installations have been done in the system. Insufficient disk space. Here. Okay. At least we got some space here. If the system is down, it won't start. Why? Because there is no enough free memory, so free space at system. So it won't start immediately. So that's the reason. Before stop downing itself, we need to take care of all these things here, right? So just see here, just select the note and we can upload the note here. So we can upload the note into the our SAP systems here. So normally in your real-time cases, you no need to do these things manually downloads because your system already registered by customer, so that what you have to do, you need to just go to the Snote transaction code, go to, then upload the note here, upload the note, so that the note can be applied in your systems. The note can be applied in your systems. That is the way. So we have to fix the some corrections and everything, right? So some notes are manual corrections. Manually, we have to follow the notes. Some notes are corrective notes, which means we have to apply that note. We have to install that note in our SAP systems using the Snote transaction code that will be fixed. So these are the, and some notes are the informative. They will give us some information, release, box, all this information note, release notes. When when we are, so when you are applying the kernel upgrade, there is some release notes, right? Release information notes. That is, those are the informative notes. It will give the informations. So what bugs, what else fixed mentioned. So that we have to so take care of that one. So here you can see still it is uploading. It's taking time. Why? Because here we don't have much space to commit the transactions by the database, and also so everything. That is the reason it's a very slow and processing. We need to check what others. So few nodes can be implemented, few nodes cannot be implemented. Why? Because it's a depends upon the version, depends upon the version of so your SAP systems, SAP components. So these nodes also cannot be implemented in our systems, right? So like that, you have to check which nodes can be implemented, which node cannot be implemented. So you can implement, you can check any other node, you can implement it in your system, load it. Then if you get the play symbol, that note can be implemented. If you are getting this type of symbols, then that note cannot be implemented. But this note can be implemented. You see, this note can be implemented. You got the play symbol here. Then in this case, select this button, just click on the implement this note. Just implement those notes so that the corrections will be implemented. The corrections will be implemented in our system. The corrections will be implemented in our systems. So that this is the way that we have to apply the node. Whatever the node, as part of this node, whatever the issues, whatever the objects issues will be fixed. So all will be fixed here. That is called the correction node. These nodes, we can download it, we can upload it. But information nodes cannot be implemented. So information nodes and the manual nodes cannot be implemented on our systems. Why? Because it's required the just only its information. The steps we have to follow it. That is the reason we cannot be implemented. Now see, it is getting. Normally, there is one RFC connection. It should connect to the SAP and automatically it will be implemented. Here we don't have any so backbone connection. That's the reason we are manually so downloaded and uploading it here. Real time you won't get, directly can load it, download it, just select this button and implement it. That's it. So what corrections and everything. So then just select this button then you can implement it. So you can just click on the implement button. So this note also having some steps to implement it. So just okay. The changes will be recorded into the one transport request. Why? Because we can move these changes to the other systems also. Other systems we can move it so that in other systems, in the landscape quality and production systems, you don't need to manually implement same node. Just move the transport request so that the changes will be moved to the your production, your quality and production systems. Still it is uploading. So means the corrections are getting applied in our system so that this node we can, if you move to the quality system, the same changes will be uploaded. If you move these changes to the our production system, same nodes will be applied. So the these nodes can be transportable. Nodes can be transportable to the one system to another systems. Right. So this is the way. This is the way we need to download and import the nodes manually. But real time, the implementation is common everywhere. But only thing is downloading the notice. So now in the training systems manually we are downloading. In the real time systems, what you have to do? You have to, so automatically it will be downloaded. When you put the note in the note browser, that will be downloaded. See here, this note is getting implemented in our systems. See here, all these objects are getting imported. As part of this node, these many objects are importing, these many objects, data getting imported, functional modules, method, classes, everything, right? So this getting imported, new objects are getting created in our system as part of this node. So those nodes we are importing. Yeah, see here it is importing. Many objects are there. That's why it's taking time to upload, install, create all these objects are in our systems, right? So this node is bringing, these are the, so corrective nodes. This node is bringing some objects, some data into our systems, right? So that is what we downloaded, we extracted, then we are importing into the our systems. Got it? Any questions from anyone while it is importing regarding these nodes, node implementations? So any corrections, any bugs in your SAP system as part of your daily day-to-day run activities. So some users may face this, some dumps, some errors, some program errors, something like some bugs fixes and everything. Right. In our mobile only. So every day the apps updates are coming and everything because of the some bugs and fixes. This is a long running SAP systems. So right. So it will be every day users will use it, the code corrections, bugs, new enhancements and everything. To fix those things, we have to apply the note in our systems. We have to apply the note that corrections we have to apply in our systems. Right? We should not simply leave it. So we have to apply that note so that that error will be fixed in our systems.
So after import the S node or else any nodes, after import the any nodes, can we come back and check what kind of objects and what kind of repairs it has been done such information we can see it, right?
The logs, I think we can find out in the log information. In the logs, if you open the node after implementing the node, you just go and check the node log. I think we can find out the some information. Otherwise, if you open this node, if you have opened that node, whatever the node it is implemented, right? If you open that node, this node, then we will come to know some information, what objects, what data, what corrections are implemented. So let's see here. I don't think here in the log it will display only what are the transport requests and who implemented when it was implemented. I think what changes or what objects are implemented means that we will review now. So whether it will be displayed or not. Right. So just click on the OK button. So that these are the objects, repository objects method getting imported. So it's asked the final confirmation. Just we click the next OK button. Then that will be imported in our systems now. The only thing is here we don't have space. For every error, we do a notes or yeah, maximum every error we have a notes. So, but it's not like some only SAP related, which are they identified, which they identified. So for other customers also they will identify, right? That time they will create the notes. So, but you are the customer, that is a new error you are getting means they don't have anything. You need to fix it. If you report to the SAP, what they will do, so they will investigate it. Okay, this is the problem with the their SAP product only. So why we will get these boxes means some issues with the patches, some issues with the your SAP system, some issues with the SAP environment. So something like that. Any issues? So that time what they will come? So they will release. Why? Because it's their bug, right? So they will release the patch. It's not if it's our mistake, they will ask us to correct it. So if their bug, right? So then they will ask us. They will release the patch to follow the steps to correct that type of errors. I need to check what has been loaded in the system. Which user, what has been loaded. See, we imported the big note, so it's taking much time. Normally, it should not take this much of time. Since we have some issues with the system, right? So that is the reason. So yeah, you can see the note objects are activated, which means the note is implemented. You got the right mark, which means this note is successfully implemented, completely implemented in our systems. Right? You can see this note is correctly implemented. So what are the corrections are installed in our systems? So maybe you can check if you open this, if you check this logs, note log means some information will be checked. Yes, I think you see. So here, yes, what are the implemented and all this informations are there. Yes, you can see here what methods, what objects, what code and everything, all the informations are here there. One of the manual activity. What is that manual activity? We have to perform it. So some settings they will ask us to do that one. So that manual activity we have to perform it in the system. So might be the reason. So what is that manual activity? If you open that node, you will come to know. System data collectors are download implement the latest node. So this they are asking again. First they are asking us to implement the this node again. We have to go to the node again. We have to implement the node. So this is the way we have to apply the nodes in our SAP systems. Here what you implemented. So all the information is recorded here. All the information is tracked in the corrections. Note log means, so here you can see the log. So who implemented. So what changes are being done. So, and what is the transport request number? what are the correction instructions. So manual activities you perform, all the information will be so tracked here, what time to time and everything. So yes, so if any note implemented, so all the information is tracked in the left side. You can see what changes and everything it is tracked. Okay, this is about the note implementations. Okay, so I will load some notes here.